Shivambu also explained why his recent U-turn and on how he feels about Zuma. The former EFF deputy president played a central role in Zuma's removal as the country's president.
You would know that during President Zuma's presidency, there was a lot of falsehoods that were spread by the media, that is a house which is built in Dubai, like a huge mention of 400 million, all sorts of falsehoods, by the way. And we fell into that trap and joined into that nonsense of saying there's everything wrong with President Zuma. And then we called for the commission of inquiry into so-called state capture. But when the revelations came on the state capture, we realized that actually there is nothing which has been alleged President Zuma had done wrong. Like there's objectively nothing that represents any state capture from his side. But we fell into the trap because the politics which I am purposefully departing from, and I've never been part of that, even when the entire grouping was excited about individualizing politics and everything else there. Like we have to move away from these things of wanting to fight individuals because it blinds you from so many progressive things.
With speculation.
So it seems like Floyd Shivambu has actually created a reason for the people that are trying to leave political parties and to join the political parties of people that they used to criticize. Because ever since Floyd Shivambu left the EFF, he has been doing a lot of media tour and telling South Africans that he was misled about Jacob Zuma. This is a man who was the deputy president of the EFF for 10 years. And in that 10 years, Floyd Shivambu was very critical about Jacob Zuma and his corrupt dealings. But now that Floyd Shivambu has decided to join a political party of a man that he used to criticize, he is telling South Africans that he was misled about Jacob Zuma. You can hear him even right now. He says that even some of the things that were written in the media and they actually fell into that trap. Floyd Shivambu actually thinks that people are stupid because we know that even when Floyd Shivambu was in the EFF, they never believed in the mainstream media. The EFF does not believe in the mainstream media because the EFF believes that the mainstream media, all they do is to spread lies. So why is Floyd Shivambu right now on television telling South Africans that we were misled and some of these things they were written by the mainstream media and we actually fell into that trap? I mean, like, what kind of politicians do we have in this country? What kind of politicians do we have in this country? Because if Floyd Shivambu, a man who was the deputy president of the EFF for the past 10 years, can just come out to say that he was misled about Jacob Zuma, what actually makes him believe that he is not misled about Jacob Zuma right now? We know that right now he is saving Jacob Zuma. He's down on his knees and he's kissing the feet of Jacob Zuma. So the question that people are asking is that now that you claim that Jacob Zuma is a saint, what actually makes you believe that you are not misled right now? Because one thing that we can say about you, Floyd Shivambu, is that you are easily misled. If there is one thing that you have actually made it very clear to South Africans, is that you are easily misled. This man was in parliament criticizing Jacob Zuma, talking about Jacob Zuma and how bad Jacob Zuma was. But today he says that he was misled about Jacob Zuma, and for some reason he expects South Africans to say that no. Floyd Shivambu, you are telling the truth. You were misled about Jacob Zuma. I mean, what kind of an environment this type of politics actually creates in this country? Can you just imagine someone leaving the ANC and going to join the DA and saying that, no, I was misled about John Steenhuisen. I was misled about Helen Zille. I love Helen Zille right now. I am going to go down on my knees and actually kiss the feet of Helen Zille because the ANC misled me about Helen Zille. So this guy is basically telling us that all of this time, when he was busy criticizing Jacob Zuma, he never did any research on his own. As the deputy president of the EFF, this guy wants you to believe that he relied on the information that came from the mainstream media. Man, this is sad, man. This is sad. You know, every time when I look at Floyd Shivambu and the position that he has actually put himself in, I don't want to lie. Generally, I feel sorry for Floyd Shivambu. So another person that is actually pivoting and is going to deploy the same strategy that Fleur Shivambu has actually deployed is Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. We know that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi has resigned as the member of parliament under the EFF. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi right now, as we speak, he is just a member of the EFF right now. So after Mbuyiseni Ndlozi was actually, after he resigned from the parliament, many articles actually came out suggesting that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is having conversations with the ANC, and it looks like Mbuyiseni Ndlozi might actually go and join the ANC. This is what the articles were actually saying, but people did not pay attention to that, and they said that no, you guys are just milking this whole situation of Mbuyiseni Ndlozi resigning as the member of parliament of the EFF. There is no such thing. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is not speaking with the ANC, but the articles kept coming out to say that there is some sort of conversations between the ANC and Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. And I remember even the Secretary General of the ANC, Fikile Mbalula, was actually questioned about this whole thing of Mbuyiseni Ndlozi joining the ANC. And you remember when this article came out, this article that says that the ANC in the Free State is basically desperate for Mbuyiseni Ndlozi to join them. And they said that we might have talked, we might not have talked, we are not going to be clear about our conversations or non-conversations with Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. So the ANC was a bit vague about their so-called conversations with Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. And I remember that even the rumors caught so much fire that even the Secretary General of the ANC was actually questioned that, is Mbuyiseni Ndlozi going to join the ANC? Is Mbuyiseni Ndlozi going to join the ANC? Because if there's one thing that we know right now as we speak, is that Julius Malema and the EFF, they don't want anything to do with Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. They've made it very clear that they hate Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. I mean, who knows what Mbuyiseni Ndlozi has basically done to Julius Malema, but when Julius Malema speaks about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, he becomes disgusted. Even his face changes when he speaks about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. So, Fikile Mbalula was questioned about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Is Mbuyiseni Ndlozi going to join the ANC, or is the ANC having conversations with Mbuyiseni Ndlozi? Do you remember this is what Fikile Mbalula said?
Lunga, Mbuyiseni, are we talking to him? I don't know. It is possible. It's only him and him only who will speak for himself. But I will not be shocked that the ANC can talk to him, and probably because he's a good member of society, and in the realm of politics, he's a good politician. And so why not talk to him? At the end of the day, it's him who can take a decision about his future. So when his party eject him like that, I mean, just kick somebody like Mbuyiseni out, it means, hey, Julius is powerful. He's overconfident of himself. I mean, Mbuyiseni, he's not just a small boy. And all of that in politics. It's like in the ANC, if I dismiss Mahlengi, do you think I'm mad? I won't do it. You know that? I'll actually beg her to stay if she were to think of jumping the ship. But if you are powerful, you are powerful. And then you think that Khalas Palacia Mbuyiseni can just be kicked out like that. So there's nothing wrong for ANC members and everyone to talk to Mbuyiseni. At the end is his choice. Because he has formally left the EFF. I don't know whether he has left the EFF. I don't know. But I know in Parliament. But if he leaves his party, why not talk to him? And to join the ANC and contribute in the South African body politic of the country. So it's not the kind of guy who left because it looks like he was kicked out. He was shown that it's of no value to his party. So what? At the end of the day, if he decides to be a politician and want to remain in politics and pursue the agenda of transformation, liberation of our people, we in the ANC, we are open to that. He can come. It's a platform for all South Africans to come and participate. And Lunga, I wouldn't say ANC members didn't talk to him or they are engaging and all of that. It is possible.
So after this statement by the Secretary General of the ANC, Fikile Mbalula, okay, people now started to be skeptical about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi joining the ANC because the ANC is still vague about their conversations with Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. I mean, even right now, you heard Fikile Mbalula saying that I wouldn't say that the ANC hasn't spoken with Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. So on this clip, many people actually said that it's almost as if the Secretary General of the ANC, Fikile Mbalula, was just giving it away a bit to say that we are speaking with Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. We are speaking with Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, and Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is going to join the ANC. Because if there is one political party that we know for a fact that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is not going to join, is the MK party. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi does not believe in Jacob Zuma. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi has made it very clear. I mean, even before the elections, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi was out telling South Africans that there is nothing that Jacob Zuma can contribute right now. Jacob Zuma just needs to go home and have his 3 naps a day. This is what Mbuyiseni Ndlozi was actually saying. So I think he has actually demonstrated that he does not believe in the MK party. So the political party that is he's more likely to join, it is the ANC. So after the Secretary General of the ANC said all of these things about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, and people linking all of these things with the articles that came out suggesting that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi has been speaking with the ANC, people were saying, okay, fine. Now it is clear that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is speaking with the ANC. But a couple of days ago, there is a post that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi actually made on social media, and this post is Mbuyiseni Ndlozi giving the flowers to the ANC president Cyril Ramaphosa. You remember that right now Cyril Ramaphosa is a hero. He's taking on all the world leaders, man. He's taking Donald Trump, he's taking on Benjamin Netanyahu, he's taking on everybody. So there's an older clip of Cyril Ramaphosa where he was actually speaking about Donald Trump and Donald Trump actually getting into South African affairs. This is the video of Cyril Ramaphosa. I think many of you are actually quite familiar with this video.
South Africa is our land. South Africa belongs to all the people who live here in South Africa. It does not belong to Donald Trump. He can keep his America. And he's even worse. He's even worse. When I meet him, I will tell him. I will say, you, Donald Trump, you are even worse because your forebears came to America. They found the indigenous Americans. They wiped them out. They killed nearly all of them. Rene, we are living as a nation, and black and white, we are going to find solutions for our land question. So Donald Trump must leave us alone. He must leave us alone, Maori. When we were facing apartheid, when we were facing oppression, he was not here. He did not fight side by side with us. And we were able, on our own, yes, with support of progressive forces in the world, to resolve the apartheid question. As far as I recall, Donald Trump was not around the negotiating table when we negotiated the end of apartheid. So stick around there in the White House. We will do our business here, and we will find solutions for our problems. So stay out of our issues, and we will not get involved in your issues in America. You have your own problems. Leave us alone.
So this is a video of Cyril Ramaphosa that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi has actually posted on his social media. But there is something very important that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi has said about all of these things. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi says that this man is not what we have been told he is. He is truly up to something. All of South Africa head of state, he has to come out as the most committed to policies that matter for the most genuine transformation of the living conditions of our people. And he says that NHI, Bella Bill, Expropriation Act, and the Palestine. He says that the left, meaning the progressives, needs to accept this and rethink its position towards Cyril Ramaphosa. Notwithstanding Marikana Palapala, Cyril Ramaphosa is on the journey less traveled by many in his position. Whereas, under the GNU conditions, no puppet of white monopoly capitals speaks and acts like he does. But this is where I actually want us to actually focus on. This part. It says that this man is not what we have been told he is. So, do you understand when I say that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is deploying the same strategy of Floyd Shivambu? Because why would Mbuyiseni Ndlozi go out and basically sing praises of Ramaphosa if this is not an indication that he's heading straight to the ANC? And he says that this man is not what we have been told he is. So just like Floyd Shivambu, he is distancing himself from all the things that he used to say about Cyril Ramaphosa and to say that I was misled about Cyril Ramaphosa. The same way Floyd Shivambu said that I was misled about Jacob Zuma. I mean, this is Floyd Shivambu, man. This is Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. These are two politicians that have been touted as the smartest politicians in the country. And now the same politicians are not even taking responsibility for the things that they said about the politicians that they now want to join. Because I think this alone is clear to say that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is straight on his way to the African National Congress. He's on his way to the African National Congress. And I can bet you today that this line, this is what Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is going to use, just like his brother Floyd Shivambu, to say that he was misled about Jacob Zuma. When it comes to Cyril Ramaphosa, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi says that, no, we were misled about Cyril Ramaphosa. This man is a true progressive. This man is a man who is actually pushing for transformation in this country. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi does not give a damn about the administration of Ramaphosa and what the administration of Ramaphosa has caused for the people of this country. He does not give a damn about the crime rate. He does not give a damn about the unemployment rate. He does not give a damn about the infrastructure. He does not give a damn about all of these things that have basically collapsed under Cyril Ramaphosa. And he says that this man is not what we have been told he is. So this is why when I started the video, I said that Floyd Shivambu has actually concocted a reason that the politicians are going to use if they want to leave the political parties and join the political parties of people whom they used to speak nonsense about. I mean, like, this is Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, who not so long ago said this about President Ramaphosa.
Deputy President, when you spoke last Friday, Floyd Shivambu, you characterized the sitting president as being a candidate for an award in fiction, best fiction in literary sciences. But you see, it doesn't look like you were heard about what you were diagnosing. I think we must have to upgrade the diagnosis and borrow from the ideological toolkit of Frantz Fanon. We may be dealing with psychosis, whose symptoms are delusions, illusions, because Zakes him down when he writes DP, he knows that he's writing fiction. But our candidate tonight truly believes in the delusions that he gives us. 1 million houses in Alex. He believes that. It's a proper belief. And Fanon teaches us about cognitive dissonance. That when you tell such a person who suffers from these symptoms the truth, they hold on so much to their core belief, they become agitated, uncomfortable. If you tell him now that he's wearing a blue tie, he may tell you he's convinced that he's not even dressed. Just today, after being warned of delusions, he comes to this platform and says, unsafe toilets have been replaced in 92% of schools needing safe toilets. The remaining 280 schools are scheduled for completion within this financial year. but the report of the Basic Education Department titled Education Facility Management System Report, published 3 July 2024, says there are 1,770 pit toilets, schools with pit toilets. 280, 1,770. This is not a candidate of fiction. We have passed the stage of fiction, and we are dealing with mental illness.
So this is Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, who once accused Cyril Ramaphosa of having a mental illness because of the things that he says, because of the lies that he says. He admits that children are dying in the pit toilets, and Cyril Ramaphosa is lying to the people of this country to say that no, 92% of the toilets of the pit toilets have been eradicated. He knows that these are some of the things that Ramaphosa lies about. But today he says that this man is not what we have been told he is. It's not what we have been told he is. So I may be wrong, but according to me, this is a clear indication that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is going to the ANC. And now Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, just like his brother Floyd Shivambu, is ready to go down on his knees and kiss the feet of Cyril Ramaphosa, the same way his brother Floyd Shivambu has decided to go to the MK party to kiss the feet of Jacob Zuma. These are two leaders that the EFF leaders were so critical of, but today, because they love these people so much, they are distancing themselves from the responsibility. So I guess this is what Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is going to tell the people once he has announced that he's going to join the ANC. He's going to say that no, they lied to us about Cyril Ramaphosa. They lied to us. Just look at how Cyril Ramaphosa signed the most important and transformation bills like NHI, Bella Bill, and Expropriation Act. It means that Cyril Ramaphosa is a true progressive. This is what Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is going to say. This is what it's going to say. I'm defeated. I'm defeated. With South African politicians, I don't want to lie. I am completely defeated. I'm defeated because it seems like this strategy of Floyd Shivambu is actually going to work for a lot of people. So, a member of parliament of the EFF, Sinawo Tambo, actually asked a very important question and said that, who told you what he is? Who told you what he is? Because when it comes to Floyd Shivambu has already told us that the same media that he used to criticize for all of these years is the one that actually lied about Jacob Zuma, and he accepted those lies from the media about Jacob Zuma. So I think this question from the EFF member of parliament, Sinawo Tambo, it is a very important question. Who told you what Cyril Ramaphosa is? Because you spent years attacking Cyril Ramaphosa, you spent years attacking the ANC, you spent years attacking every single thing that Cyril Ramaphosa would try to do. But today you are telling us that Cyril Ramaphosa is not what we have been told he is. So he's trying to say that, no guys, all of these things that I used to say about Cyril Ramaphosa, I don't believe them because someone whispered in my ear and said that this is what Cyril Ramaphosa is, and I decided to go to the supporters of the EFF and lie to them and tell them what Cyril Ramaphosa is. Me personally, I don't believe all of these things that I was told about Cyril Ramaphosa, because I know that Cyril Ramaphosa is the most transformational president that I have ever seen. So this is a very important question. Who told you, Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, what Cyril Ramaphosa is? Because today you are telling South Africans that this man is not what we have been told he is. This man is not what we have been told he is. And another member of parliament of the EFF, Carl Nias, he came at Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. And Carl Nias is one of those people that is baffled about this sudden turn of Mbuyiseni Ndlozi and his praise for Cyril Ramaphosa. People are actually shocked about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi suddenly praising Cyril Ramaphosa, because even if you go on social media of Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, I think I will go to social media of Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, you will see that now he has started to praise Cyril Ramaphosa. This is not a one post. This is not a post that we have just decided to nitpick out of all of the things that he said about Cyril Ramaphosa. This is a man who has now started to post about Ramaphosa and to speak in the language of the ANC. So Carl Nias says that when politics live it does not say goodbye. When politics leaves one, it does not say goodbye. This is what Kalnias is saying, responding to what Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is actually saying. It says that when politics leaves you, it does not even greet and says goodbye. And another member of the EFF who's also baffled about the things that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi has started to do, Siko went on social media to say that the cheerleaders of Mbuyiseni Ndlozi who claim to be EFF through and through don't even realize that the guy literally just distanced himself from the positions of the very organization they claim to support. The EFF wants the EFF wants the land to be expropriated without compensation and does not support the Expropriation Act in its current form because it exists to fool the people. She continues to say that the EFF never supported the signing of the NHI bill and shared how this approach is misguided, disingenuous, and opportunistic with too many gaps and unanswered questions. He parachuted this gospel with us for years, but today his views are suddenly different, which is okay. But I think we also should be allowed to question or to be shocked, like we do always with the others too. Mbuyiseni is not untouchable or no-go area, and integrating his recent comments should not be viewed as anti. I'm sorry, guys. I was interrupted by this idiot who was busy calling my name outside. Siko says that the EFF never supported the signing of the NHI bill and shared how this approach is misguided, disingenuous, and opportunistic with too many gaps and unanswered questions. He preached this gospel with us for years. And when he says he talks about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi preached this gospel with us for years, but today his views are suddenly different, which is okay. But I think we should be allowed to question or to be shocked, like we do always with others too. Mbuyiseni is not untouchable or a no-go area, and interrogating his recent comments should not be viewed as an attack. So the EFF says that no, we are not attacking you, we are just interrogating your recent comments about Ramaphosa. So this is the mess that we are seeing in our South African politics. This is basically what we are seeing in South African politics. We see the people who used to say things about some leaders. Now they want to join those leaders, and now they are suddenly starting to sing the praises of the very same leaders. It is quite bizarre. It is quite bizarre, and I must say, man, shout out to Shivambu, man, for actually concocting this, man. I think this is one reason that many people are actually going to run with. You can see that on Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is someone who never posted the likes of Gwedemantashe. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi on his social media, man, he's very vocal, man. He's very vocal about the ANC. He's very vocal about Ramaphosa. He's very vocal about what the ANC does, what the ANC needs to do. It is quite bizarre to see what Mbuyiseni Ndlozi has actually turned out to be. But me, I would actually speculate and say that this is Mbuyiseni Ndlozi going to the ANC. This is Mbuyiseni Ndlozi going to the ANC. I don't know, guys. What are your thoughts? Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button, and the most important part, subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye bye.